I know in real estate, we have periods of growth and then periods of what we call stabilization, right? Um, how is stabilization different from decay, so to speak, right? Because I guess in the definition of like if we're not continuously going to the gym, getting in the reps, but then we're in this period of like, well, I need to stabilize my portfolio. How do we, as investors, sort that out in our minds without saying like, hey, I'm decaying? Because that's actually a very negative connotation, right?
So the difference between accumulation and stabilization in our community and our methodology of investing is stabilization isn't a decay, isn't a complacency towards growth. It's actually a complementor to growth. Everybody needs to stabilize at some point because you eventually get too top heavy where if you don't pay attention to stabilizing, you will come tumbling down. This is where people that grow too quickly who don't understand stabilization will come down crashing with their portfolio. Stabilization complements acquisition. So in a sense, stabilization complements growth, doesn't complement decay. Stabilization is making yourself aware of I need to grow in different areas or specific muscles that support the next level growth. It's not a pause, it's not a retracting, it's a growth, but now we're slightly shifting our style of growth towards more of a stabilization. It pairs with the saying, it's not how much money you make, it's how much you keep. And if we're looking for consistent cash flow like I did, I need to make sure I'm making that consistent cash flow consistently, or else how will I have the confidence to walk away from my W-2 job, my stable job? Stabilization reveals the ability to keep the money or work on the muscles that need to be developed for us to be great at stabilization so I can go back to accumulation. It's a complement. We like to call it stairs, right? There's a point where you're plateau on a stair and there's a point where you go up. Stabilization is that flat part that sets you up for the next level.